Bonjour! Aujourd'hui, c'est journée 57. C'est une leçon asynchrone pour la semaine du 8 mars. Les objectifs pour aujourd'hui, I can explain how the floors of a building are labeled in France and how this differs from the American system. And I can tell what floors of the school my classes are on. L'agenda, we're going to start with a very short lesson about les étages d'un immeuble, which means the floors of a building. You will need pages 33 and 34 in your cahier. Et puis, vous allez préparer votre emploi du temps et les étages à la page 36 dans le cahier. Okay, so the word for a floor, meaning like the story of a building, is un étage. Un étage. So if we look at les étages d'un immeuble, un immeuble means a building. En France, le système pour l'identification des étages est différent qu'aux États-Unis. So the system for identifying floors in a building is different than in the United States. En France, on commence par le rez-de-chaussée, pas le premier étage. So in France, you start with a floor that has a special name. You might call it the ground floor. In France, it's called le rez-de-chaussée. Le rez-de-chaussée. Don't worry about what those words really mean. Le rez-de-chaussée means the ground floor. So in English, we would call the ground floor, we'd call it the first floor. But in France, that is not the case. You have le rez-de-chaussée, and then the floor above that is called le premier étage. So what we would call the second floor is what they call le premier étage, the first floor en France. So herein lies, as you can imagine, much confusion. So like when you get in the elevator and you want to press the buttons, you want to press the button that says like RC or something like that for rez-de-chaussée if you want to get off on the ground floor, and you press the 1 for what we would think of as the second floor. Okay? So if you look at this one, un immeuble, a building, for example, un appartement, at the bottom where you enter, you have le rez-de-chaussée, le premier étage, le deuxième étage, le troisième étage, le quatrième étage, le cinquième étage. Now, so cinquième étage, fifth floor, but if I were to count this building American style, I'd be like first floor, second floor, third floor, fifth, fourth, fifth, sixth. So what to us seems like the sixth floor, to them is le cinquième étage. Okay, so everything's kind of one floor off because of le rez-de-chaussée. So on page 34, there are some questions for you. They're all about Julien. L'école Julien a combien d'étages? Ta maison, ton appartement, a combien d'étages? So for example, if I were to answer that question about this building, I would say, mon immeuble a 5 étages. It's like we don't even count le rez-de-chaussée. Okay. Question 3. À Julien, est-ce que l'auditorium est au premier étage? Question 4. À quel étage se trouve la cantine de Julien? OK. Quand vous avez fini avec ces questions, tournez à la page 36. And there you will see mon emploi du temps, my schedule. So this should look a little bit familiar. I think you guys filled out mon emploi du temps earlier in the year. However, this time we have a new column added, l'étage. So this time you are locating each of your classes, what floor it's on, imagining that we had a non-pandemic world. So your first step is just going to be to complete ton emploi du temps, your schedule. La première période, par exemple, vous avez l'anglais. La deuxième période, par exemple, vous avez les maths. So, écrivez les matières. Et puis, complétez les tâches. Fill in the floor. What you need to do is look up your schedule on PowerSchool, and you're thinking, but wait a minute, my classes I don't know where they are, but you can see that in Power School. They were assigned at the start of the year as though we were going to have a normal school year. And so just use those course numbers, pretending it was a non-pandemic year. Let's look at an example on this one. So I just looked up a random student schedule, and this is what it looks like. And so what you need to do to complete the étage column is go over here to the room numbers. So for example, anglais avec Monsieur Berger dans la salle B307. That would be au deuxième étage, n'est-ce pas? What would be our third floor for them would be le deuxième étage. Okay, so you're just going to fill out your schedule. Et puis, il y a deux questions à la page 36. La plupart de tes cours se trouvent à quel étage? Et est-ce que tu as des cours au troisième étage? Certains élèves oui, d'autres non. D'accord? Ok, voilà. Et quand vous avez fini, soumettez des photos des pages 34 et 36 à Canvas. Merci. Passez une très bonne semaine. À lundi. Non, à vendredi. Pardon, à vendredi. Au revoir.